helped us invaluably for our farmer dinner in October as a runner and bar and everything in between. But what I'm happy to introduce you about is that she was the brainchild behind Boulder Food Waste Awareness Week that happened in September. So if you know about that, that was her capstone project. And so I want her to share sort of how she came about that, but also how that relates to our local farmers and why we should care. In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No pressure.
I love it.
You could be a little more.
Great.
Okay. Thanks for the leeway. Yeah, I really love that tonight's theme is thankfulness and gratitude, because I truly believe that gratitude, what we're doing, being grateful for soil, farmers, and food, is truly one of the best ways to intervene in the food waste and surplus system and to really reduce it. I am Sarah Denton, as Kim just said. I am a local organizer around food waste and surplus. I worked with the city of Boulder and Boulder County on Food Waste Awareness Week, and I study sustainable food systems at CU Boulder. Graduate in a few weeks, so figure it out.
Great job.
So the reason I got into this space really quickly is up in Ithaca, New York, upstate New York, there's a great organization called Friendship Donations Network, which is a food rescue organization. And the first day I ever went, I couldn't find it at first, and I did. And there's this weird garagey warehouse building, and people were just running around like crazy. And I was so confused and couldn't find the executive director. And someone just pointed at like a whole ton of clamshells of raspberries. It was like, sort those. Take out all of the moldy raspberries, and like so we can redistribute those to people that really appreciate some raspberries. And so I did. I sat on my knees on the hard asphalt ground and like sorted raspberries for like an hour, and my hands were completely stained for like a week. And the people were so happy to be there. Everyone felt like they were in the right place, and I just left beaming. I was like, I need to keep doing work like this, because like you can't go wrong. It's beautiful work, like working with food and like being able to make sure people can get it and be grateful for it. So a little bit about food waste in the first place. Most basic like statistic is that we don't eat about 40% of the food we produce in the United States. That's a lot. That's a lot of food. A ton. I mean, you know, our farmer can tell us how many resources and how much effort and you know, just everything goes into making that food, and it's just a shame that it's like lost throughout the supply chain, either staying on the farm or, you know, having to be thrown out after your kid throws it on the floor. Yeah, it's the whole range. And so I was really excited to work on this, especially because through my work at CU, I found that food waste is actually a symptom of a much larger problem that some experts call our runaway food system. It started around the Green Revolution. We like set this magnificent thing in place that produced a ton of food, and it's kind of gone away from us and started to not serve most people. We have farmers going bankrupt every day. We have millions of people still in the United States, when we have so much surplus, not getting food. And at the same time, it's like, it's really messing up our planet. And so I was really excited to work on Food Waste Awareness Week, because I think communities have a real opportunity to retake that runaway food system and to make it their own. And so in Food Waste Awareness Week, along with the county and city and other people that worked really hard on it, we made a systems-based communication strategy where we themed each day to talk about different like areas in the food system in which food waste and surplus are coming out, and like why that's happening. And one of my favorite days, actually, the nonprofit day, I moderated a panel where we had 4 absolutely fantastic nonprofits that range from composting to food rescue and cleaning talk on stage. And after that panel, a woman came up to me. Her name was Claire, and Claire told me that that was the first time she had thought about the relationship between food waste, farmers, and compost. And I just was so thrilled that she came to those conclusions because we had like what could have seemed like random set of people up there and talking about how food waste comes at these different parts of the system, and like they were able to like create a conversation that really built upon itself and showed like this is what's happening. And so I guess I wanted to finish up with talking about like how amazing you all are, especially the soil members and anyone that wants to support soil working in this space locally, because we can retake our food system and we can dramatically reduce our food surplus and waste. And one of the big things I've seen, and one of my focuses in school, has been how food waste is actually strongly related to farmer inviability. Farmers are often stuck, and I've studied this mostly in the dairy industry, in a cycle of overproduction, which lowers prices, which makes it so those that can't produce at a large enough volume and have economies of scale go out of business. Those are bought up, consolidation occurs, and we have more overproduction, and that cycle just keeps going. So the more we appreciate food in our local system, the more we show farmers that we appreciate them, their soil and their food, and pay for it really, and show pay for what it's worth, the more we can get them out of this cycle and to actually retake our food system and bring everyone in and make it our own. And then they don't have to overproduce food. And, that's where it gets to me, and I don't have to work anymore. So I love it. Thank you for all you do. And
so as it relates, I don't know if people saw that this week Dean Dairy declared